tired. A few little power naps. Probably about 4 or 5 minute naps on the trail. Well, it's only the first night, isn't it? So it's all part of the fun, isn't it?
Pushing through really. Had a few sleeps on the trail. 20-minute power naps. That's all I can do. But no, again, just fingers crossed. Well, I don't think it's going to stop raining, is it? It's just been wet all night, hasn't it? 3 or 4 hours and we'll get there.
Only got 20 minutes sleep. My shoulders have started hurting, my feet have started hurting. They're minor details, aren't they? I was set second for a long time, but American fella Pete, he just overtook me again. He looked in a sorry state when we were getting a bit of kit, but he's a new man now. I'd like to get to Middleton and Teesdale tonight, get a bit of sleep, and then kick on from there.
Sore feet, but that's to be expected.
Ups and downs as you'd expect with a race of this length. Yeah, I feel as good as I can be at this point. It's beautiful today. It's very different to the winter, and I'm liking the weather. I think the more dark times you have, the harder the dark times, the greater the reward at the end. You know, you strip yourself bare basically, and then manage to complete it when you really have times where you think, how on earth can I do that? And obviously all the family, children, thinking of seeing them, and them being proud. It's like, yeah, massive pull. Okay, sore ankle, but getting through it. Let's hope it lasts the full race. I've done the Challenger before, so I have actually done this section. The rest is a bit unknown, a bit more apprehensive about that.
Well, I made a pre-existing injury angry at Hebden, and I've been considering for the last 40 miles how much pain I can tolerate. Quite a lot, it seems.
Yeah, I'm still half asleep. This is the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. This is absolutely awful. This is teaches you a few things. Definitely does that. Oh well, nearly there. Only another 180 miles.
Getting a bit warm now, but it's been nice views. So I did the Challenger South in January. So far, it's a lot nicer weather most of the time, and then the same weather last night. So I'm looking forward to getting over that distance, seeing what that's like.
Been better, been worse. It's bloody hard, isn't it? It's deserving of its strap line.
I'm just saying I've got to get to the next checkpoint. I'm working checkpoint and checkpoint, that's all I'm doing. It's all you can do, I think, in the type of this race this is. I'm just not used to carrying such a big backpack. First unsupported race I've done.
The knees are just about holding together, but as you can see it's pretty strapped up.
Tired, we're going to the pub now. If you've got someone that's at your pace and same wavelength, it's brilliant. Because I got stuck on a stile with my rucksack and he pulled me off, and then he got something biting him, and I'm like, this with spray.
A vampire bug.
My back's sore, my feet are sore. Apart from that, I'm alright. We finished in January, second and third last. We'll be probably second and third last this year as well.
Still a finish, mate.
Yeah, it's a finish. I don't think the summer's that much easier, if I'm honest. I really don't think it's that much easier. The hills are the same height, the ground's rock hard, and that sun, which has now just gone away, is horrendous.
Obviously we're aching, we've probably got injuries. However, you just sort of try to put that to the back of your mind.
Nav's a breeze.
So
Nav is an absolute breeze in the summer.
There's no ice to slip on and potentially break your neck.
But the rocks are covered in snow. It's completely different.
The same severity of a challenge, but just the sort of makeup of it is just different.
Recce's are always invaluable, I think, for any race. Today, you know that it's quite a long slog to get to Gargrave, and at least you know when the hills are coming, so you can prepare accordingly.
Feet are not in a good way, and it's quite early on in the race. It's a constant rain, no rain, it's very warm, and it's not helping at all. Constantly putting on and taking off our waterproofs, which is time consuming. It's very frustrating.
Yeah, last time I did the race was in 2021, but not humid like it is on this one, which is making it quite tough. I actually prefer the cooler weather.
Looking forward to Gargrave for the co-op.
Restock at the co-op.
The weather was pretty shocking last night. A proper summer spine yesterday when the wind and the thunder and the lightning came in.
Good evening, Spiners. It's been another mixed bag out there on the Pennine Way today. The horrendous conditions that the dark clouds and thunder promised at the Challenger North start line in Hardraw last night never quite came to fruition. The conditions overnight, according to Ellie Eccles at least, weren't too bad at all. The difficulty came this morning when the temperatures skyrocketed again, the humidity climbed, and the heat really started to grind the runners down. I'm coming to you from Burness, which is a little bit further up the country than I intended to be at this point, and you can blame Jovica Spajic and Tom Hill for that. They've formed a power duo at the front of the Summer Challenger North and are currently flying up the course, forcing us to head up to Kirk Yetholm and get the welcoming committee ready for them. Their closest rivals currently are Sion Kenaway and Jacob Hayes, who also seem to be running together. Sharing is caring at the front end of the Challenger North. Eloise Eccles is at the front of the female athletes at the moment, and she has a good lead over her rivals, Katie McGowan and Helena Turtinen, although they do seem to be closing ground on her. The cutoff for the Montane Summer Spine Challenger South is 8 p.m. tonight. The current backmarker in that race is Mark Radford, and believe me when I say that every volunteer at Hardraw and likely every dot watcher watching this is currently willing him forwards. Now, while the Summer Challenger South is coming to a close and the podium places on the North are starting to resolve themselves, it's still early days in the full Summer Spine race. Dave Phillips is opening a commanding lead at the front of that race though, and flying through the day. He's looked in great condition each time we've seen him along the course. The leading female athletes currently are Jenny Yeo and Laura Swanson-Rouvelon, who I'm hoping is going to forgive me for butchering the pronunciation of her surname. And that represents something of a change in the leaderboard. Sue Straw had been heading up that pack earlier today.